Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to make you breakfast, and I decided that I needed to use up some pizza dough that I have in the refrigerator. And I thought, what better way than to make two of my favorite foods, pizza and breakfast, any kind of breakfast. So we're going to have a breakfast pizza, and I took a little extra inspiration from a friend to push me over the edge, so I'm going to leave a link to Wolf Pit's channel in the description box below, right next to my Facebook page. Go over and hit that like button, get updated on everything I post over there. And my Wild Tree website will be listed below as well. So I'll also link the recipe to the pizza dough so you don't have to look for that, and the recipe to my pizza sauce, so you won't have to search around for that either. So it'll be in the video response section of this video. I hope this inspires you to stay along with me. And as always, guys, let's go make some pizza and let's make it delicious. All right, you guys, I'm really glad you stayed because this is going to be a delicious breakfast. I had been thinking about doing a breakfast pizza, and then last night as I'm checking all the videos and kind of keeping up on stuff, the Wolf Pit had his breakfast pizza on, and I'm like, okay, I'm for sure doing it in the morning. So mine is going to have pancetta, eggs, mozzarella, homemade pizza sauce, sun-dried tomatoes, little slivers of thinly sliced red onion, some chili flakes, and that's really as simple as it gets. My dough is getting to room temperature. It's dough that I made earlier in the week, and I just keep it in the refrigerator. So, okay, so we're going to turn our little burner on over here. Put it on high and start and get our pancetta browning. You're just going to go ahead and put that down in that pan. And this pancetta I got at Trader Joe's. It was more reasonable than any place else that I bought it. And it's a bigger package. It's actually 4 ounces instead of the traditional 3 ounces. So, and I like to, when I do something like this, I like to get my eggs at room temperature, so I'm going to take out 4 eggs, we'll say. Might need 5 for this pizza. And then we'll put the rest back in the refrigerator. And I only use cage-free organic eggs. So we'll get that pancetta browned off, and as soon as we do that, I'll bring you back when I start getting the dough ready. All right, so the pancetta is ready to come off here, and it's rendered down its fat. You can save that fat for another dish if you'd like. I don't really want it on my pizza. I just want the flavor of that Italian bacon. So for those of you that don't know what pancetta is, it's an Italian bacon. And so it's not smoked. It doesn't have the smoked flavor like a smoked bacon that we are used to might have. It's a perfect amount to flavor a pizza. I don't want to miss any of this. Anyway, get that all draining on a paper towel. There we go. Okay, isn't that beautiful? All right, set that aside, and I'll get you back over. So the pizza dough's been out at room temperature and really come to it's a nice rise. I'm going to put a little more oil down over the top of this before I work this dough, because it can dry out. So I'm just going to rework the dough a little bit and see a nice elastic dough. This keeps so well in the refrigerator and freezer. It's just a really nice go-to kind of a dough to have on hand. Now you can dust this with cornmeal, or you can make sure that your dough has enough olive oil. And you want to make sure you're using a really good grade of olive oil. Don't cheap out on the olive oil. We don't use it that often. And I'm going to spread my dough out. I'm not concerned whether it's round on this particular one because I don't care. We're going to make it kind of a rectangle. See how nice that dough works out really nicely. And then, because I'm gonna par bake this, let me wash my hands really quick. I'm gonna par bake that just so we don't have a really doughy, I don't want the surface of this where the sauce and everything is gonna go to be soft and mushy and not okay. So I'm just gonna put a few pricks with the fork in here, kind of like you do with anything that you don't want to get too risen, and then drizzle very, very lightly with olive oil. And you don't have to do that step. I think it's going to give it an extra rich flavor. I've got my little on-the-counter oven preheating at 425 degrees. I'm going to put this in there for 5 minutes. And I'll be back to load up the pizza. Okay, so now our pizza crust has been in the oven, excuse me, for 5 minutes. And that way this top gets the process started and I don't end up with a mushy dough. I just don't like that. So now we're going to put down some pizza sauce. And I'll leave a link below. I have a link to how to do this yourself. Save a ton of money in the grocery store. This pizza sauce is so delicious. And I use my Wild Tree spaghetti blend seasoning. It's one of the most flavorful Italian blends that I've found. I'm just going to use the rest of what I have here because we like it kind of saucy. It's looking good already. A little cheese on top of that would be perfect, right? All right, and then we're going to add down some mozzarella. And I obviously do not need all that I grated. The grater was hiding how much was really there. And you could do this breakfast pizza any way you like. We like it a few different ways. Today we're having it with pancetta and the mozzarella. I like it with fresh mozzarella and Canadian bacon. I like it with sausage. Pretty much any way you can dress up a pizza and put a couple eggs on it, right? I do my eggs a little bit differently than some of you out there, and I'll show you how. The cheese is already melting here. I don't want to cheap out on that cheese either. This white cheese in moderation is just fine. Anything in moderation, right? Then I'm going to go ahead and put these slices, and I slice these as thin as I can get them. I didn't bring my mandolin out, and you could do that. You don't want these raw onion flavor on here necessarily. You just want it to flavor. We love onions. So that's a perfect amount. And then sun-dried tomatoes. And these are in an olive oil. And we're just gonna distribute those kind of evenly throughout. Looks good already, doesn't it? Yummy. And so there we go. Our sun-dried. I don't want all that oil on there, so I'm gonna leave that out. Get the rest of those there. There we go. And then last but not least, for this round, the pancetta that I browned off. I highly recommend, if you've got, you like bacon, to try some pancetta because it really is delicious. And I don't have to open up a whole pound of bacon, which you guys know, once you open it, you got to use it pretty quickly. And just bacon in moderation is okay, but it's hard to stay out of in this house, for me anyway. we go. Isn't that beautiful? So that's going to go back in the 425-degree oven for about 10, maybe 7 minutes. It's not until it's not quite done. And then we're going to put the eggs on, and then it'll go back in for the finish. All right, so I'm going to go put it in the oven, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I know we're going to need taste-o-vision because smell-o-vision is really heavy in here. It smells delicious. You can smell the sun-dried tomatoes and that yeasty dough trying to get all happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of nestle down a little well where I want my eggs, if that makes sense. So they have somewhere to rest, and get that cheese out of the way, and there we go. So I'm gonna break these. I'm really taking caution not to break the yolk, if at all possible. You will have, some of the whites are gonna run. You're not gonna be able to stop that. Or I haven't figured out how to stop it. I just don't want my yolk to break. That's my issue. And if it does, then you have one that is broken yolk. Look how pretty already. Okay, last one, and there goes the egg white. Okay, wipe my hands really quick. And you could have done, I could have done 6 eggs on here, but I think this is plenty. Now I'm gonna get some red pepper flakes down over the top because we like it spicy. Oh, it'll be delicious. And I was gonna drizzle some olive oil, but I don't think I'm going to. I really think that the oil from the tomatoes, I can see it, it's kind of released. A little Himalayan pink salt, just a touch on the egg because the eggs don't have any salt. This is going back in the oven, and I'll time it for you, but it's probably only going to take about 10 minutes, and it'll be done and pizza on, but I want my yolk still a little bit on the runny side. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our finished pizza, and it smells so good. I'm excited. Look at the sun-dried tomatoes on there. Let me taste that. It's gotten crispy. Yum. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. It was in the oven for 12 minutes. And what I do is I kind of, shimmy shake, to make sure my yolks are still moving, and I'm hoping I didn't go too far with it. Because I do like mine a little on the runny side, and I think we pegged this right on. But every egg is different. And I don't want to get into that center one. Let's see if I can get out this. Sacrificial piece of pizza. There we go. Look at that. I'll get this over on a plate for you. And let's see what we got. Looks delicious. Okay, let's get a close-up here. Because, man, that really looks good. I don't want to be too close. No blurry shots, please. Okay. So I've got a little bit of, I like red pepper flakes, a little additional pepper flakes, and some Parmigiano Reggiano. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle down some parm, because that's how I like my pizza. And some red pepper flakes, because we like it spicy. And if you don't like it spicy, leave that out. Okay, so let's have a little bite of the edge. This is a huge piece of pizza. I will not eat all this, but I'm going to give it a bite for you. That crust is delicious. It's really crispy on the bottom. I don't know if I can show you the bottom here. It got nice and brown. Yummy. Okay, now let's get into that yolk. And this is great because you don't need a lot of, let's see, oh yeah, we still got a little bit of runny yolk here. Just soft, like a medium cooked egg. Delicious. Look how pretty that is. That's a thing of beauty right there. I better have that bite right there. My yolk, my crust, and all that cheese. Look at that. That's a big bite. That's what I'm looking for though. Get that yolk. Okay, here we go. Ready or not? Oh wow. That is amazing. So I hope this inspires you to maybe step outside the box and have a breakfast pizza. You know what? Putting the eggs on there, it's a little, you gotta watch a little closer, but how delicious this is. The little salty bite of the pancetta and the sun-dried tomatoes are just a great addition. I truly had fun making this pizza, and I hope I see you next time. And if you like this, maybe give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, go ahead and post it on your Facebook page. And go over and visit Wolf Pit. I'll put his link in the description box below because he pushed me over the edge to go ahead and make this and show you a little different version of how to make a breakfast pizza. All right, guys. As always, God bless.